Alright, hello and welcome to the first C++ programming in C++ video. I am in no way, shape, or form a programmer. In fact, I am taking the C++ course right now. And let me tell you, I'm taking it online with no lectures, and this shit is hard. Alright? I went ahead and started spending $20 a month on Chegg for tutoring, and I was like, you know what, dude? I know this shit's expensive and not everyone can afford it. So let me go ahead and post a couple videos here to try and hopefully explain some stuff. Now, I can't answer all questions because I'm not a programmer. I've never used C++ other than the beginning of this course, and I've only been taking this course for 4 weeks now. But first things first, when you open up Visual Studio Community, which is what I downloaded, you'll have options here. You'll want to create a new project, right? And you'll want to look for C++ console app. That's what I was using. That's what I was told to use. Uh, as you can see, there's a C sharp here. I didn't know that it's different from C++. I know, right? You would think you would know, but I didn't fucking know that. And I started doing all my homework on here, and I kept getting errors all the time. It took me like an hour or two to figure out I was on the wrong thing. So you'll go to C++ console app, all right? Now I already created a project here. I'll go ahead and delete all this for now. Pretty much what will happen is, you know what, fuck that. Don't save it. Let's start a whole new project. Let's start from the very beginning. We'll do that so you can see what it's really like. Create, alright? You'll get all this right here, all this mumbo jumbo. Anything that's in these backslashes is just a comment. It doesn't mean you'll see it at all in your program, but you can go ahead and delete all that stuff. Second thing, when I was reading my textbook, it never states to use this standard. I believe that's what STD stands for with the two semicolons or colons. Never tells you to do that. You have to include that. All right. So the problem that I wanted to look at today was chapter 3, problem 4. All right. Aaron Lakely is going to the grocery store to buy some bananas and apples, both of which are sold by the pound. He wants a program that calculates and displays the total cost of his order, including a 3% sales tax. First, create an IPO chart for this problem and then desk check the algorithm twice. For the first desk check, use 2 and 3.5 as the number of pounds of bananas and apples respectively, and use 99 cents and $1.89 as the price per pound of apples and bananas respectively. For the second desk check, use your own data. Alright, this is a super simple math problem. All you're going to do is you're going to get your pounds of bananas times the cost of bananas, and you're going to add the pounds of apples times the cost of apples. You're going to get that answer. You're going to multiply that by the tax rate. You're going to add the tax rate and the sales cost, and boom, you have a total cost. All right. And try and fly through this. I tried recording a different video and I fucked it all up because I couldn't figure out what I was doing. So what I did here is I have already the code um, written out for me on my laptop, which is right in front of me. So I'm just going to go ahead and just go through this as to what I did. Alright, so I kept everything here the same. The first thing I like to do is declare my variables. That way I understand like what I'm like typing in there, right? And then I use the double, what is it called, variable to do all of this. You could use an integer, but the integers don't count in the decimal places and the doubles do. So that's what I did. So first thing I did was declare, well, I need to know how many pounds of bananas I'm buying. So double banana pounds is how I named it, equals 0.0. Double banana cost equals 0.0. I need to know how much I'm paying per pound of bananas. Same thing with the apples. I need to know how many apples. I need to be able to input how many apples, how many pounds of apples I'm going to buy. And I need to be able to input the cost of the apples as well. Boom, so that's done, right? As I had told you before, you're going to have different costs associated with it. I like doing it like this: sales cost, that's before taxes. And then you have your sales tax, which is the 3% times the sale cost. Let's see here. And then you're going to have a constant, which is your tax rate. that's never going to change. Equals 0.03. Is that the, yeah, there's a 3% sales tax. So we know what the tax rate is. That's going to stay the same. We can't change that throughout the algorithm. And then we have our, whoops, don't forget to put the semicolon at the end. All right. We declared our variables. Now we want to be able to input items. And this is essentially the information you're going to be able to provide to the program to do what it needs to do. Enter, let's see, let's do this. Enter pounds of bananas. Oh, you don't need that. You just do banana pounds. Here's the other thing too, guys, is that I don't know if I said this already, but I'm no type of programmer. This is how I got the answers to this stuff, and you know, if it worked for me, hopefully it'll work for you. Enter cost of bananas per pound. Woohoo! Trying to go super fast here, and it's kind of backfiring on me. What's going on here? That's why. So don't forget your your quotation marks. Alright, so enter pounds of bananas, enter cost of bananas per pound, enter pounds of apples, enter cost of apples per pound. And then lastly we'll have CN apple cost. Boom. So we have that stuff all jotted down. So when we run our program, when we start running it, this is what we'll see. But you'll notice that we can't do anything just yet. Like it pretty much ends right there, right? So what we have to do is we have to do calculation. Again, I like entering the comments so it's easier for me to follow. And this is simple math problem, super simple. I can go through it and explain it all. Apple pounds times apple cost plus banana cost times banana pounds. I don't know, I'm just going to kick it back. I'd rather just play it safe. Sales tax equals sales cost times tax rate, total cost, sales tax, whoa, sales cost plus Alright, so that's our calculation on how we will do it, and then we will finally display costs. So standard cout total cost with taxes All right. So to explain the math problem here for you, in case you're terrible at math like I am, what we're doing here is we have our sales cost equals apple pounds times apple cost. So to know how much we're going to spend on apples, we need to multiply 3.5 by 189, right? We'll get that answer. And we also need to know how much it's going to cost to buy 2 pounds of bananas. So if we were to do that, let me pull up a calculator right now just to make this super easy and make sure my math isn't wrong. Oh, it's 3.5. Sorry, 3.5. 3.5 times 189 equals $6.61. Since we're using double variable thing, it's gonna process it this way, right? At this point in this course, we haven't learned about doing the fixed set precision to only include a certain number of decimal places. So I didn't do that in this because you haven't learned it yet. So we get plus 6.615 is 859.5. Well, we still need to incorporate our sales tax, right? So that's where we go to the second line. Sales tax equals sales cost times tax rate. This is what I'm calling sales cost right here. If we multiply that by 3%, we get 0.25785, right? So that's how much we got to pay in taxes. We add this to this. That's 8.595 is 885 is our grand total. That's how we get our total cost, sales cost plus sales tax. So we should be getting something like this when we run this in our program here. So we'll go ahead and hit this guy at the top. In our pounds of bananas, we said we were buying 2 pounds of bananas at 99 cents. We were buying 3.5 pounds of apples at $1.89. And there we go. So we see 885.2585, and we said that right here. That's pretty much how you do chapter 3, exercise 4. It's super simple. It took me a little bit to understand how to do it, but my entire idea behind this is to provide you a guidance towards how I did things, like my logic behind it, and hopefully provide you an answer as well. Hopefully steer you in the right direction if you've got to do more problems similar to this. I'm taking the course, so I don't know everything, you know. I can't really answer any questions for you if you've got any. But this is just meant to show you how to do it. Also, it's pretty much a free Chegg. I hate the idea of paying $20 a month for Chegg, but hey, I'm doing it. I don't do it to cheat. I do it to understand stuff and learn from it. There's another problem that I'll try and record and upload here. It took me 3 hours to figure out what I was doing wrong, but when I finally got it right, I was like, I got to share this because this is valuable information. Once you're done with this, you can hit save. I'm not going to do that because I already did this on my laptop. But this is the code. If you want just the simple answer, here's the code. Here's how I did it. Hopefully it works for you too.